Hello, everybody in SPED 503 online. Welcome to the course, and I thank you for your patience at the beginning when there was a bit of a rough start. I don't know what happened this semester, but all of my D2L transfers and pages were really messed up. So anyway, I think we're back on track. I hope. So I just want to go over two or three things that I think will help you in terms of understanding my expectations for the course. The first one are the written assignments. There are 10 of them at 5 points each. Um, I it's always hard for me to guesstimate how much how many pages or how much students need to write about certain things. It's very hard to predict. So I have put down 3 to 5 pages, okay, on that, so that you can, within that 3 to 5 pages, hopefully answer those questions. I don't think you need to go over 5 pages, but make sure that you answer the questions clearly. I'm not trying to talk to you like you're stupid or young children, but I can tell you many, many times I've seen somebody turn something in with 2 pages, and I'm thinking, okay, this guy's in trouble. And then I read it, and I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. So page number, cramming, having 5 pages versus 3 pages doesn't mean that it's better. Just make sure that you feel you've answered the questions adequately. Okay. Let me tell you what I mean by APA. I'm not a full APA guy. Here are the things I need. 1 page, I'm sorry, 1 inch margins on the page, double spacing, correct citations in what you're writing, and correct references at the bottom. I listed in the syllabus a link to OWL at Purdue, which is great. But somebody told me today that that is actually like it's not the newest version or something. I'm not sure, but I got to check it out because I've had it in the syllabus for a while, and it's been a really good resource for me. But you can find all that online as well if you don't have the APA manual. Okay, so references need to be correct, citations need to be correct, double space, 1 inch margins. After that, I don't care. You don't need an abstract, you don't need headers, you don't need any of the other stuff that comes along with it. Okay, so that's what I want from APA. I need to do something quickly tonight or tomorrow. I realized, or I didn't realize, I should say, that under the written assignment 1, that I didn't have any articles. I thought I already did. So I need to put something there. Because what I said to you was I'll put a couple of articles there, and then you can, from those articles, you can pretty much do your research. Okay, so I was just looking to see if I'm sorry, I'm doing something while you're waiting for me. It seemed like somewhere in the syllabus, it said how many references you needed. I mean, basically, I think of the book and a couple of articles. Considering what the questions are, I think is fine. Obviously, if you want to suck up to me, you can you can definitely add more articles. Just make sure they're peer reviewed. If you don't know how to get a peer-reviewed well, first of all, if you don't know, a peer-reviewed article is the highest level of publication in our field. It basically means that our peers, who are experts, review what we do, and it doesn't get published until all of the reviewers agree. So it can be actually a pretty tedious process, but it's kind of like that means it's good if it's peer reviewed. When you go on the library website at NEIU, you can check a box that says you only want to search for peer reviewed articles. Makes it easy. Okay, so I will get on that right away. I'll try to do it tonight, but it may be tomorrow. but putting up articles. Since I'm probably a couple days late on that, if you need to be late, well, I know what I'll do. I'll just add a couple, 3 days on the Dropbox. Okay? Because I know I'm getting this to you late. I really thought I had articles there. The IEP project is pretty brief. I'm having some thoughts about that project. I'm not sure it's the best way to assess for this course. So I might make a few changes to it. But the basic idea is that you are to take a case study, or I'll give you one, and you're going to read that and you're going to make application by setting up basic goals, objectives, etc. And I need to have it in this course because that's where it's been placed. But it doesn't exactly fit for me. So I might make a few modifications to that. I'll see. But the template is on D2L, and you'll see it's really abbreviated. The professor before me was using the state, IEP form that's like 1,000 pages long. I just couldn't believe it. So, like that's too much. So anyway, it's abbreviated, and I think it'll be pretty easy. For the virtual presentation, I have made an executive decision that presentation should be directed or given for parents, because there's a wide range of parents, meaning people who are more and less educated. Simply put, there are some people who are well educated and people who aren't. So that's going to have play a factor, obviously. Also, many parents, even if they are well educated, bright parents, they still don't know a lot of the stuff that we're talking about. They don't know what LRE is, IEP. They don't know all those things we do. So they often need guidance and direction as well. So it's not just because somebody's educated they know, right? So consequently, what I've just laid out about parents, consequently, we need to learn to make things available at a basic level that's not patronizing to people, but it's more basic. It has to be explained in a more narrative, conversational way. Okay? Like, you can't stand up in front of a family and say, the existence of the current law, which is based in a different ideology, that you can't do that. Okay? I know, but I'm just saying, if you're explaining the LRE, how do you say to a family, this is what it is? Okay? So I've made this decision. You're going to do this presentation as if you were doing it for a group of parents. Okay? I'm sorry, I keep using parents and family interchangeably, but it's for parents. So just think of it as a professional development for parents, okay? Just a few things about that presentation. Number one, speak slowly and clearly. Sometimes people just like blah, 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 and it's really hard to understand. And I'm a fast talker, so I know it's hard sometimes to slow down, but you need to do that. Don't cram your pages full of text. Like, I've seen people cut and paste or copy and paste like a freaking page out of a book, and it's about that big. You can't do that. You have to have text that is easy to read. What was the next one? I just lost my train of thought. So it was the text. Don't make too much text. Speak slowly. Oh, the appearance. Make it pretty. And I don't mean that to be funny. I mean, like, make your fonts match. Like, I know sometimes people do a really basic presentation. I have no problem with that. You don't have to have little butterflies everywhere, okay? I mean, I really don't care. It doesn't have to be, when I say make it pretty, let me explain it another way. Make it so that people want to read it, okay? It might be that you just change the font somewhere or whatever. What I get a lot of times, though, when I said cut and paste, are like all different kind of fonts through the thing, different font sizes, and it really looks tacky. So try to make the appearance of your presentation something that's inviting to the family, like, or others, they'd want to look at it if you want to use it for something else. And I'm really mad because there's one more. Talk slow. Oh, I know. Oh, glad I thought of it because this is the worst one. Don't read me your slides. I can read. Don't read me your slides. You need to just talk about the slide. So let's just say like it was least restrictive environment, LRE. And there are like 5 points or something that you want to make. Talk about the point. So if the point says something like educated with their general peers, just say it this way. One of the benefits of the law is that your children would be working with other kids who are on this, start to say spectrum, in the general ed population, and they are being able to do whatever. And then you go to the next one, you talk. So don't read me those slides. Like it really does drive me crazy when people just sit and read a slide to me. I'm like, okay, you could have just sent that. So anyway, it does have to be narrated. Now, I have talked as if everyone is doing a PowerPoint, because everyone always does. If you want to do something different, if you wanted to videotape yourself, do some kind of a podcast, website, if you have another way of wanting to do a presentation, you're welcome to do that. It's just, like I said, everybody tends to do PowerPoint. So the pointers I'm giving you are about that. Okay? Last but not least, my cell phone number is 312-607-7007. I think it's on the syllabus. I hope so. Is it? Maybe? Yeah, it's on there. So anyway, my preference is that you text me first. I'll call you back if I need to. I don't mind being texted. I have ADHD. I'm also on a med now. And truly, it's really messing with my short-term memory. So I'm pretty half the time. So I don't mind being nudged at all. If you have an email that you need a timely response to, I'm talking like you need me to get to it that day and morning, and send me a text and tell me to check it. Or if you feel like I haven't gotten back to you in a timely fashion, send me a text. I don't mind. I really don't mind being nudged. In fact, I like it. The older I get and the spacier I get, the more I'm like, just tell me what to do. So it doesn't bother me a bit. Try to get things in on time. I would appreciate that. I want to be clear. I'm actually not a real time freak. That's just never been my thing. I'd rather get good work from you than, you got it in by 11:59 or whatever. But I don't want you to get too behind. When I let people get behind, I'm sorry, when I let people go and pace themselves, it's not this bad anymore because I drew a line. But I would be like the day before grading, getting 5 projects from one person. So that had to stop. But I'm also pretty generous. If you just can't get something in or whatever, just let me know. I already extended the first assignment because I was hearing from a lot of people who were saying that, they really hadn't finished it yet. So no worries, okay, about that. And we'll work together on that. All right. I'll be back to talk to you a few more times. I have some things that I want to tell you along the way. And I certainly, request that you get back to me after this little video if there are other answers that you need to your questions and whatnot. Also, this really is last. Because we're meeting online doesn't mean you can't meet with me individually. It doesn't mean we can't Skype or do something like that. You are certainly able to talk with me individually, even though it's an online course. All right? All right, I think that's it for right now. So I hope this is helpful, and I look forward to a good semester with you. Take care.